Netflix charges you $15 a month. That money doesn't go where you'd expect. Most people assume streaming services are cheap because they cut out the middleman, no cable companies, no satellite trucks, just direct-to-consumer magic. But that's the surface story. The real machinery underneath is vastly more expensive than it appears, and it's been getting more expensive every year. The price you pay is a carefully calculated number designed to cover costs that most subscribers never see. Here's what people think they're paying for: access to movies and shows. Simple. But the moment you press play, three massive cost centers activate simultaneously. First, content licensing. Netflix doesn't own most of what it streams. It licenses the rights, and those licenses are negotiated with studios, networks, and independent producers who have watched streaming explode and realized their content is suddenly worth far more. A single popular show can cost Netflix hundreds of millions in licensing fees, sometimes more than the production budget itself. And here's the trap: those licenses expire. The studio can refuse renewal, pull the show, and negotiate higher rates next time. That's why your favorite series vanishes. It wasn't removed by accident. It became economically indefensible to keep it. Second cost: infrastructure. Streaming a 4K movie to millions of people simultaneously requires servers, data centers, bandwidth, and redundancy systems that run 24/7 across continents. A single popular release can spike demand by gigabytes per second. That infrastructure doesn't scale down when you're not watching, it idles, costs money, and waits. Third, competition. Netflix, Disney+, Amazon Prime Video, HBO Max, Apple TV+, Peacock. There are now more streaming services than most households can afford. Each one is spending billions to produce original content, secure exclusive licenses, and fight for subscribers. That arms race is where your $15 actually goes. Not to one service, but to funding the war between six. So when you see a price increase, it's not greed, though that exists. It's the mathematics of licensing renegotiation, infrastructure scaling, and the brutal cost of staying competitive in a market where every player is bleeding money to justify their existence. The price you pay is the equilibrium between what studios demand and what enough subscribers will tolerate before they cancel. That's why streaming costs what it does. Not because of the technology, that's actually cheaper than cable infrastructure ever was. But because studios hold the content hostage, competitors are in a cage match for market share, and the entire model depends on subscriber growth that eventually hits a ceiling. You're not paying for convenience. You're paying for the permission to watch, the cost of competing with 5 other companies, and the infrastructure to deliver it instantly. So that's why it costs that. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research. Subscribe to uncover the hidden economics behind the services and products you use every day. This video is for educational and informational purposes only and is not financial advice. Always do your own research.